talking road running at the moment. Well, there's something happening in the Vaal this coming Sunday. The Vaal is normally known for its football players who come from there. You can talk about Steve Lekwele, you can talk about former Bafana captain Aaron Mokoena, but not really for marathon running. And I hear that it's been happening for the past 4 editions. In fact, what we're talking about, the Vaal River City Marathon, is taking place for a 4th time, and I'm joined by Sechaba Oliphant. He is one of the organizers of that race. Thank you so much for your time, Sechaba. And I understand also that you've been affected by COVID as well in this event. It started in 2017, 18, 19, and this is the first race since COVID. Just talk to us about that period, that lull that happened because of the pandemic.
Thanks, Besh, for having us. 2020, 2021 was very difficult, I think entirely for the events industry. But I wouldn't say more so for us, but we're just as affected as everyone else with no activity, and obviously seeing exactly how we look forward to a time after COVID. It took its toll on us. We're trying to get back on our feet at the moment, and we're doing though in the format of obviously hosting the 4th edition of the Vaal River City Marathon.
How were the previous events though? Were they successful as you would have wanted? Have you gotten to where you want with this race?
2017, 2018, they were very successful. In 2019, we had a couple of issues that we had to deal with, but obviously, moving forward from that, we want to make sure that everything that has happened, we basically take care of and make sure that the event that we put on this Sunday is of a top notch. But yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about the runner on the day. It's all about making sure that you put on a quality product for them, and that's what we aim to do this Sunday.
And let's talk about the logistics. Are we all set in terms of what needs to happen in terms of the route? In fact, you guys said the route will be released, or it was organized by one of the top route organizers in the world. Talk to us about that. Talk to us about the safety of the runners, everything that has to do with the logistical matters for this coming Sunday.
Yeah, logistics are a big part of marathon organization. Any road running event is a huge logistical exercise, and we have made sure that each and every single I is dotted, every single T is crossed in that regard. We have approximately about 200 marshals on the 42 and 21 kilometer route. We make sure that obviously the hydration is also on point for each and every single 200 marshals.
Oh, okay.
200 marshals on the day, which are spread out through the route to make sure. Obviously,
for how many runners?
We're expecting 1,500 runners this year.
For the 42?
Yeah, for the entire event. It's a 42, 21, 10, and 5 kilometer. So throughout the 3 distances, we're having 1,500 runners this year. So we want to make sure that the event is of a quality, is a quality product, so that no one gets to complain or say there was anything wrong, and just make sure that we endear ourselves again to the running public, taking into consideration the issues that we had in the past.
And one of the things that you have mentioned in the document was that it is a qualifier for the comrades for the 2 oceans. Is this for next year's events? Yeah,
it's for next year's events. It's always been the case. Prior to COVID, we were usually the first Comrades and 2 Oceans qualifier for the upcoming season. So obviously with the dates and the calendars having been moved up because of COVID, we're not quite sure exactly when the 2023 Comrades and 2 Oceans is going to take place, but we are a qualifier for both those events.
What we hear from Comrades is that the 2023 race will take place somewhere or sometime in June. Not quite sure what the date is. They haven't released the date as yet, but it will go back to June as was the norm previously before COVID-19. And also, Sechaba, I want to know the Vaal is not known for road running. I was not even aware that there was the Vaal River City Marathon up until this point. What made this event? Why come up with road running or a marathon of this nature?
The Vaal is a very has a very avid athletics community. There are other events that are taking place in the Vaal. We're just making sure that we enhance that market within the Vaal to obviously make sure that the Vaal is seen as a sports tourism destination. There's other, as I said, there's other events in the Vaal. There's quite a lot of avid athletics clubs in the Vaal as well. So they might not be as profiled as the other more known clubs or athletics clubs or marathons, but there is quite a strong inclination for road running within the Vaal.
And you're obviously hoping to grow it to the levels of Soweto Marathon comrades one day and all of that.
Yes. Obviously, the first things first. We want to service the community that we stay in. So we want to make sure that our presence there is known, is appreciated according to the people that we are trying to service. And also, we want to endear ourselves to more partnerships. We have Rand Water as our title sponsor this year, and we have Seriti Mining, who just basically joined us this year as one of our partners. And also, taking into consideration that the event takes place in the Mfuleni local municipality, there is some support that we are getting from the local municipality to make sure that the roads are fine, that everything is working from an amenities point of view, that everything is on point.
I'm looking here at the different distances. You mentioned them earlier. 42.2.
Yes.
There's 21.1, the half marathon. There's the 10K, and there's the 5K. Clearly, you're not catering for people like us, the half a K. So
no, I'm sure. I mean, you can make that step up. If you're half a K now on your own little social tip, we can bump you up to 5 kilometers. It's not that hard. You can take the whole day. You've got the entire day to finish that 5 kilometers.
Listen, Michelle Craig is licking her lips across the studio for the 21.1K. So I know she'll be registering. You did say entries closed today for online?
No, entries are still online. We'll be entering people up until Saturday, the day before the race, and obviously making sure that they do get there.
So there's still a lot of time.
There's still a lot of time. There's no excuses. I'll be looking on the list to make sure that you are there as well.
No, man. Forget that. There is no
but we
way.
need to get you started at some time.
No, it's okay. It's okay. But where do we go now, Sechaba? I know that you've held it before. You are hosting the fourth event now. What do you want to say on Monday morning when you wake up? What do you want to be saying to yourself about this event?
As I explained or expressed in the beginning, we want to put on a quality product for the runners. The runners are essentially why we do this, to service them, to make sure that they reach their goals. Obviously, we need to service our sponsors as well, the people who also believe in us with regards to the event, to make sure that their brands are highlighted and showcased in the way that what makes them want to come back the following year and years to come. So, quality product for the runners. The partnerships, we want to make sure that everyone is happy. Rand Water, Seriti Mining, even the Mfuleni local municipality, so that obviously they come on board and do what needs to be done. And just the greater community as a whole. Greater community as a whole, we want to make sure that the people in the Vaal know that on a Sunday morning, they can if they're feeling light, they can come to the stadium, Saxdale Stadium, Vaal University of Technology, and do a 5 kilometer and just start their day off on a good note.
Do you have any entries for those people who hand out towels at the end?
Entries. No.
I just need to talk to you.
You just need to talk to me. If you want to do that,
I'll be there at the finish.
At the finish line, handing
over towels
drinks
to those that have punished themselves over the 42.2 kilometers, 21, 10, and 5 kilometers, taking place this coming Sunday out in the Vaal. And that is Sechaba Oliphant talking to us about that race coming up. I'm not one of those that will be there. But surely Michelle Craig is thinking about registering. Let's leave it here for this hour.